Okay, let's get this stream started with booting up Skyrim. Gotta remember where it is. Derp. I'm good at that. I'm really good at forgetting where things are, despite the fact I never move. My desktop has not changed in a very long time, at least the positions of Skyrim and such. You know, a few new things have been added, but nothing old has moved. And yet, somehow I still managed to not find anything. And of course, Skyrim's taking forever. Oh, there it goes. Right, as I was about to go open Task Manager to force it. This is really itchy today. It was last night too. Look, the tip of my nose is really itchy. And it's not an itch, it just feels itchy. It's really annoying. Go grab that Moon Star ring. Get a little dose of Morrowind in the process. Because in case you don't know the end of Morrowind, or the first 5 minutes of Morrowind, depending on how you... Because you can cheat right to the end of Morrowind, like, immediately. The main quest you can theoretically do within, like, 10 minutes. Without cheating or doing any weird wall hacking shit. You can sort of do it, because there's a... Basically, you have to jump the ghost gate somewhere, ghost fence somewhere, which there's a guy near, say, the Neen that drops something that lets you do that. Then you just gotta grab Keening and Sunder, and you don't need Wraithguard strictly. Okay, the Heart of Kagrenac. Replica. I want Keening Replica in my other hand, wherever that is. And Wraithguard as well. I'm not sure if Wraithguard's strictly needed, but I've done it every time I've done this before. I've used Wraithguard, so and of course, Keening and Sunder can't be equipped without Wraithguard, otherwise they kill you, unless you hot swap them. Major guilty. Wraithguard replica. And the first question. Powerful magic given form, 2 souls it binds of an ancient force. I think is a soldier. I think. Let's put a filled soldier in. Oh my! That is slow. That is in slow. More of them, really? Seriously, what did the build? I'm assuming Kagrenac built this place. So what did he do? Buy them on wholesale or something? Why are you non-hostile? Do you honestly have no clue where I am? You'd think Ghost would be a bit more observant. Okay, second puzzle. This is one more creation with immortal become god. But only it can slay time. I think that is a clue. I think it is Sunder. I'm not sure. No. Please tell me you gave me that back. Okay, so it's not Sunder. Where's his weapon? Oh, let me read a puzzle. Damn it. Obsessive hoarding syndrome. I cannot remember the answer to this all. Itchy back, itchy back. Try keening. Keening it was. Also, keening is technically not a dagger. It's technically a short sword. It's just that distinction doesn't exist in Skyrim because it's really superfluous. So it's just a dagger with longer range. And coal it destroys and hot it creates. That would be something to do with rocks, wouldn't it? Maybe some form of metal. Yeah, it's just some form of metal. Oh! Okay, do not put Sunder in your right hand! Oh, holy fuck, do not put that in your left hand! Oh, that is painful. That is actually painful. But I'm not going to fight this with these two happy replicas. I'm going to use a real dweller weapon. Smash it down with a big hammer. The dweller way. Oh, hello, Hayden Hartman. Hello, Devin Doob. Let's get my replicas back out. Oh no! Did Dwemer shit. Something must be wrong. Hello, A Neverarene.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm kind of Azora's friend already, so... Also, you... Hello, Lacey likes in the butt, spelled with one T. Also, it's... funny, because if you kill this guy, next time you sleep, you get Azura curses you.
In a way, I know you better than anyone else. I carried it myself once. First it was easy.
You are my Neverarene. You're just a weird dark... You're the one between mine and you. This one. Mine was this giant Targonian, who was for some reason bright blue because Oblivion didn't do other colours. I played through more Oblivion.
Not just something. When Tiber said I destroyed a second Oblivion 200 years ago, but recently I heard a rumor such a weapon is too dangerous to exist. I've got it. I'm glad to have it. If it awakens, let me draw its attention.
Yeah, this is where you need your little tools. Come on, use your key. Hope's Fire and True Flame, I believe they are. Or at least one's Hope's Fire. I can't remember what the other one's called. I think it's True Flame. The old-fashioned rules of Morrowind still apply. Whack it with the tools and then hack it with the other. It's... Oh, the Neverarene sucks. Clearly can't be the real one. Okay, where's the lever for these? Ah, there. As usual, whack it, give it a good whack with Sunder and then you whack it with Keening a few. Make it really actually connect. Ooh. Give it a good whack and it will be done. Gotta love Havoc physics.
Well fought, Dragonborn. It seems that Golem was not... It seems a guardian of some kind. Perhaps this place had some personal significance to Lord Kagrenac. It may. I have no riches to offer you as payment, but I can give you a weapon instead.
Which one do I remember? I think you end up getting them all anyway.
One-handed mace.
I'll go with the mace.
Very well. Thank you again, Dragonborn. If you ever need advice, seek me out at the Shrine of Azura. Farewell. Well fought, Dragonborn. It seems that...
I need to show this off because I'm pretty sure it's the one that's... It's deliberately butt ugly. I mean... Oh no, it isn't. This is just... Yeah, there it is. I mean... I'm amazed that little tongue does not break off whenever you use it. I mean... It's well made, but it is a little butt ugly design. I mean, things can be butt ugly, but still... You know, still be very well made. You know, it can, you know, something can be very well made but still be ugly because its design is ugly. You know, it's just the way things are. You know, if something's designed to be ugly, then if it's ugly, it's done its job, it's done well. No, the hand of glory. No matter how much you tempt me, I'll never use you. Oh no. Lalu's come to stab me in the back again.
Ah, there you are. I was beginning to worry you wouldn't be leaving that place at all. Now that. In my defense, I did not lie.
To be honest, every bloody Elder Scrolls character is a criminal.
We arrived on the shores of Vardenfell.
And the Emperor let it go, never even go. When the Emperor says you can go, you can go.
A pity. Whatever lay in those ruins seems to have taken its
You...
toll on your
Oh
mind
dear.
as well as your body. And for the
How big is his his ego makes that of a Thalmor look small. He...
I was beginning to worry you wouldn't be leaving this place at all. Now,
He honestly thinks that he would win. That is tragic. Unique daggy. Stabby stabby. Always nice. And he uses the Orcish dagger instead because he's an idiot. Now let's lose this fake Wraith Guard and put my old dragon scale back on. Scroll, 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 scroll. Just keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. There. That only took a long scrolling. Well. Wait a second. Did I? Yeah, don't give me the ring yet. Wrong. Yeah, if I remember correctly, you might. I think you have to. Nothing else that way is there anything down here apart from fucking Riften? There is not, so I might as well head up to the Shrine of Azura. Whee! Splat. Who knew? Wolves. Oh, fuck. Favorite enemy in all Skyrim, right there. Wolves. You know, there's a vast array of more interesting enemies. No, I have to get wolves. Again, and again, and again, and again for about 15 times. Then I get something interesting, and then it's back to the wolves. Now look! More wolves! Oh no! A bear! Who knew? Bears and wolves can fight together. Who knew? Well, which will win this fight? Well, we knew the bear would lose, didn't we? Take my bear pelt. Go take the spoils. Ugh. Have I ever told you a story about Oblivion bear pelts? In Oblivion, your carry weight is very low. And bear pelts have an extraordinarily high weight.
Your crown, gods, it's made of Ethereum, pure Ethereum.
No, it isn't! I'm not even wearing it! How do you even know?
Then I'll take it from your corpse. Kill her!
Again, why do these idiots always think they can kill a fucking Dragonborn so easily? Oh dear. Oh dear, mercenaries. You're not even an OP mage, you have absolutely no chance of killing me. Your fucking longbow. Oh, he was... Yep, longbow. Like, that is the worst bow in the game. Absolute worst. It's the equivalent of the iron bow, while the hunting bow is the equivalent of steel bow. You know, it's kind of like a really, really pathetic... The bear was in the horse. There's a lot of bears around here. I'm not even in the rift. Why are there so many bears? As a point of reference, the rift is bear country. I mean, there are bears everywhere in the rift. You just expect it. Why did I loot that Khajiit? Obsessive hoarding syndrome. Pretty much all the reason. Straight through the geezer. There's a generic noble encounter. I love how there was on the Nexus a couple of days or even a week ago, there was a mod that reduced the frequency of certain random encounters, and it was like the ones it was specifically mentioned Old Orc and the Drunken and Lout, and yet the only one I ever seem to see is this noble on a horse with a mercenary one. That's all I ever seem to see. So I can't see why you want to get rid of the more interesting. I mean, a Drunken Lout out having a drink is probably more realistic than having the noble waddling in the waste of Skyrim in the middle of a war. I mean, I know the war's over, but still, I get them everywhere.
Trouble? Ugh. Been tending to your hounds?
No.
Smell like old wet.
I've gone through wolf guts. Going through the wolf guts, that makes you stink a wet dog. Because you're drenched in the blood of a canine. It's not even canine, they're kind of they're lupine, and they're slightly different. I mean, I know it's Canis' dog, and Canis lupus, I think, is wolf. You know, they are slightly different. Oh dear, there's a mountain in my way. Oh, hello, CX Gamer X. What do you miss? Well, nothing, because I actually have all of the streams recorded. Look in the description, you'll find a link to the playlist that contains them all. It's a new feature I put in the descriptions. I could retrofit it to the older ones, but there's nothing I hate more than soul-destroying copy-pasting. It's text entry, repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And text entry is something that absolutely crushes my soul. What you missed in this stream, however, I went through the Dungeon of Moonstar, killed a Halalu, because of course he turns, because he's Halalu, you can't trust him. It's a husky. And that was about it so far. Random. Yep. I don't think I'll be able to get over this mountain if there's a city in the way. Cities tend to have invisible walls. Yeah, have a look what mods I have. I mean, I tried to put a key next to them, WMC, just so you could tell if they're one that you can get, one that I've changed, one that you can get that I've changed, or one that no one can get because they're my own personal things. I mean, anything with PT next to it is I've tweaked it, I've changed values in it and such. Anything that has mom next to it is my own mod. I wasn't very inventive with these names, by the way. How my Skyrim is remotely stable is a mystery, but then again, I'm not nowhere near the 250 something mod limit, because it's not actually, because with official DLC it's about 200. Let's say you can have 250 mods. I'm nowhere near that limit. Nowhere near. Hello, Feel. So, my sister, however, has like over 300 mods without mergers. I don't have any mergers. So, some people have way too many. Then again, I also manually sort of merge all like bits of nothing mods into one file. Manually. I never use and never will use Ride Bash or any other automated tool for that. Oh, the EWMC is... So, ESP is... just .esp is just the file extension. It's... ESM is a master file, that's stuff, typically bigger stuff, like official DLC, Skyrim itself, that sort of stuff is an ESM. Well, an ESP is a plugin file, which is what most mods are. Then there's also ESL, which is a newer format for the Special Edition and Fallout 4. which is a case of they're absolutely tiny mods that all sort of slotted. They have a very, very limited file size, like 4,000 records, which is nothing. Which could all merge into one slot at the very, very end of your load order. It's... I don't use ESLs. I don't even have anything installed that can support it. Actually, possibly my Skyrim Special Edition. I'm not sure if I've installed that or not.
Keep an eye out for trouble.
I love how they all spawn outside the fort. The Sabercat space program, good one, WMC. Oh god, that's a fucking noble. Actually, this is different. No,
Keep your guard up.
it's slightly different. You don't often see him with the Imperial Guard. It's still a bloody noble random encounter though. So all I ever seem to get is a noble one. You know, Skyrim's got a range of them. The only one I ever seem to get is a bloody noble one. Which is obviously the most boring. That's a husky rather than a wolf. I'll take huskies over wolves any day, because at least they don't howl and attack me. Oh no! Goblins! Or Reekling. Same basic creature. They're both small and annoying. And come in large numbers. Clinging to the side of the mountain because I can't remember the way to get up. That looks sort of like a path, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks like a path, and that looks like a troll. Why isn't... There we go, now it's hitting the troll. It's only a troll. It's not that dangerous. Now it's rolling down the mountain like trolls should roll. No, I haven't seen that on WMC. I've seen the one where mammoths fall from the sky, but I've never seen a saber cat flying. I have seen an NPC swimming through the sky though, but not on my own game. I've seen that in a video, and bloody hell, that was weird. When an NPC just swims across the bridge, that bridge near Whiterun, you know, across the top of it, turns, and then carries on swimming like nothing's wrong. It's just the amount of glitches in Skyrim is amazing. But they're what makes it enjoyable. What makes every playthrough different. Nothing can ever be the same. Yeah, there he is.
It's good to see you again, Dragonborn. I see. I'll help if I can. It is a quandary. The Empire is not what it was, but Jarl Stormcloak has oppressed my people and hungers for power. It can be very empowering at first, to know with certainty that you're... But it can also be a great burden. And what's more, it makes you a target. You are the only one who controls your... Those who would take that away from you may simply be misguided, or they may be hidden, as you wish. Azura guided me on my quest to defeat Dagoth-Ur.
What's funny is you can skip any and all involvement from Azura. Because the way Morrowind is.
That is a question I have asked myself each day. It is a bittersweet victory when you feel that you have fulfilled your purpose. That reality has become that much. I had long felt something pulling me to the far shores of Akavir. I feel as though there is some unfinished business yet to attend to. And since my destiny here in town, this is your time, my friend. I'd like you to have the moon and star of Azura.
These are no... What? Oh, yeah, oh, horses are amazing, WMC. They've always been bad for pathing. There's my ring.
It has been a pleasure. Just be wary that Azura is a fickle patron. And do not... Well done. This chapter is over.
Ring is transferable, whether you can wear it is not. Yep. I got my moon and star ring, which was why I started that request in the first place. Yeah, that sounds about right for a horse WMCD. I've seen them climb up almost vertical cliffs. Hell, I think I've done it in the stream a few times with Shadow Mew. So I did sort of climb mountains I really shouldn't have. Oh god, I think it's realised that I was watching it do its Baywatch impression of slow motion running. Actually, yeah, I have something to do up there apparently. Oh, it's report back to Free Dog. Remove my marker, I've gone there now. You might as well report back to Free Dog. Trululul. Everyone knows that they must stop. No, it was an elder Trululul. An elder troll, if you will. Instead of an elder scroll, it's an elder troll. Yeah, my puns hurt. I know. I have an appreciation for bad puns. That was probably tempered by playing Dragon Quest at a young age. Yeah, that was probably a cause of it, because in case you don't know, that Dragon Quest is a Japanese fantasy RPG series that is just loaded with bad puns. Like, absolutely loaded with them. Ah, that's a bad one. See, that's good. That's brilliant. If you get a groan out of it, a pun succeeds. If you don't groan, then it doesn't succeed. And a skeleton of questions. Oh, that's bad. I mean, it's brilliant. If it doesn't make you groan, it doesn't work. It hasn't worked. And where am I going? No! Boosh! Huge Arctic bear! It's no bigger than a regular bear. I love how it's a supposedly huge Arctic bear and it's no bigger than a regular bear. Already done Frost Flow, and I'm sure no one wants to go into the big chorus nest ever again. Who knew? Wolves! Who will win, the wolves or the ice wraith? I predict the wolves. Just because there's two of them in the ice. Yep, they won't.
Strong.
This looks familiar. When you die 5 times to a same frost dragon, you start remembering a location. I think was an Imperial campment somewhere around here. Like there. I think there was an Imperial camp right there. Or was it the other side? I seem to remember cresting this ridge and then getting absolutely destroyed. Look. Trolls. Yes, come investigate your dead friend by standing in the exact same spot that they got killed from. And now they're all dead. Oh, that's bad. that's bad. I thought a monster was sort of a horrendous, you know, a mother so bad that she's basically a monster. I thought that was the description. Might as well pop in to see Free Dog. I refuse to call him by his Skyrim name. He is Free Dog. Oh. Expanded towns and cities, how did I ever live without you? You actually make this whole capitals interesting. And things like Kynesgrove, actually the small town it's said to be rather than just an inn. A single inn. Barbas, he is Clavicus Vile's dog. And yeah, that's outside Falkreath if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if I don't think I've done that one yet. I don't really think I've done... I don't think I've done Clavicus Vile yet. So, I thought next time I'm in Falkreath I might actually do that. I'm just kind of sick of the sight of Falkreath and all its rain for quite some while. And I'm getting past this loading screen. There it goes. I've never actually had the issue of infinite loadings. Creepy, but I've never actually had the infinite loading screen problem. Yeah, I tend to just random crash out in the wilderness. That's my issue. Or crash straight after.
But not the way you make.
Oh,
don't worry, my friend. I'll spare you the facetious quip, infiltrating an occupied military. Your payment for
the question is, who wanted Agnes dead? Was it one of the soldiers?
Well, yes, 2 of them. Your targets are a dark elf wizard named Maloril in the dwarven ruin of Maz. Kill these 2, and I'll have one last contract to give you. He's dangerous, very, just not by you. He's the housecarl of Falkreath. You know what that means?
Yeah, great. That's public murder.
To the Jarl himself. So be careful. hunting.
Not fan of public murders. They result in bounties. You're not a listener. Stop listening to the Night Mother. You're merely the keeper. You're not supposed to see the Night Mother. You're supposed to keep that coffin well oiled. That's odd, WNC. I've never heard of crashing your on shouting. Although I bet console's your best friend for getting through the main quest. I believe you. No, you don't. Yeah, I'm not sure if you need to say both words or not. Actually, I can't remember if you had to say both. This boat only exists because someone requested it. Basically, I saw my Small Nordic one and said, "Can I do a Dark Elf one?" And I said yes, despite not knowing anything about Dark Elf culture at the time. So I sort of had to go with what little I knew, and this was the result. And yes, it does have a cabin, and no, I'm not going to show it off. Mainly because I'd have to go out to sea, and I don't want to go back to Solstein. I can still hear Neloth droning in my mind. And that's the hope I have for Skywind, is that they find a voice actor who can do a very, very similar voice for Neloth. Because it would be weird to have Neloth change voice, because he does exist in Morrowind. You know, he's the same character that was in Morrowind with the same name. Yeah, wrong shout.
Damn nightmares are finally.
That's probably why it crashed in WMC. If you have multiplied it by an obscene number, it's gonna crash. Oh no! Banditos! Everyone's most feared enemy. Yep. Bandito is dead. Crate. Also, speaking of crate, on the Nexus, someone has made a loot box mod, and oh, it is ridiculous. The amount of effort they put into making it. It's not like some just cheap knockoff, you know, it's not like some cheap attempt to say loot boxes are bad. It's just, I mean, it's very comedically done, and it gives you the full loot box experience, and it's horrible. I mean, it's a very well-made mod, but the idea of it is horrible. It's just a horrible joke. I have nothing against... I mean, my position on loot boxes is simple. In a single-player game, that you have... You know, they are offensive. In a single... Any game you have to pay for, they are offensive. For a free-to-play game, they are the only way that game has of making money, and it's fair enough. And when said way of getting them is to... There is a way... And there needs to be, regardless of how it's done, there needs to be a way to get the rewards from a loot box, the same thing, without having to spend real money. You just have to grind and grind and grind and grind. I have nothing against people who are straight, you know, if it's pay to win, that's a problem. If it's exclusive for real money, then it's a problem. If you can earn the in-game currency, fine. In fact, a good example of loot boxes, lock boxes, etc. would be Star Trek Online. Very good example of it. It's a fully free-to-play game, and apart from the veteran rewards that you got for being a lifetime subscriber or being a subscriber for, like, years, you can get any item in the game, anything, apart from a few veteran items, which only number, like, 10, by grinding the in-game currency in-game. It is possible. You don't have to spend a single cent if you don't want to. While You know, a bad example would be anything EA has touched, where just EA. Do we really need to explain? I think that's actually normal, WMC. I think the Ash effect on lightning, once you have that perk, it happens every time. No matter what. If you kill with an electrical-based magic, I think it turns to Ash every time. Regardless, I don't think it's a low chance. I think it's a very high or actually 100%. I know it annoyed me so much that when because I did play a mage once, I know it's unfathomable, but, I killed a dragon with it and the dragon turned into this teeny little ash pile, and it was so stupid, so I actually put no disintegrate on dragons, because it made no sense that they could go down into this tiny little ash pile. Ooh, horkers. Yep. I don't want my big hammer. Yep. That sent me a long way. So there is a slight current. That anchor still really bugs me. It has one anchor at the back, which is just really weird. It bugs me no end. Leon Smolderev, I can't understand you, unfortunately. I'm monolingual, and it's a shame, but I'm just one of those people who just can't learn other languages. I just don't have the memory for it. My memory doesn't work that way, I'm afraid. You have modded it to an extreme degree, WMC, I think, if that happens. I typically balance my mods around to the point where I don't get too stupidly powerful. I mean, you get ridiculous. I mean, I'm almost invincible at high levels, but still, I'm never quite ridiculous. Certain things can still kill me, like dragon bites, they hurt like hell. Certain ages are just so overpowered. Where am I even going? I don't even know where I'm going anymore. Up there. Yeah, that looks sheer. Level 400 plus. What, did you get that up by doing the smithing legendary trick where you just keep maxing smithing? Because that can book your level up to a stupid degree. I remember when Skyrim was randomly level capped at like 72 or 82. It was not a really random cap in the late double digits, and it was just like really randomly capped at that. Oh, good. Boink. Climb that little shit. Climb this little mountain. Oh, lost height. No, lost height. I've never used. I can't say I ever used Illusion WMC ever. Although, yeah, I can see it. I mean, I know the way to balk your level up in Oblivion was to have, if you really wanted enemies to have incredibly bloated HP, you could basically just conjure a scamp every 5 seconds. You'd keep conjuring shit. No matter what you did, just walk along conjuring shit. And you could level up so fast. Oh, sheer. I don't like sheer. Sheer's not good. Especially when I'm on the wrong side of the mountain. Climb? So this is the art of climbing. You've got to look for places where you can find. It's the closest I'll ever get to climbing, because when you're a fat ass with no upper body strength whatsoever, you can't kind of climb onto a climbing wall. And when you're the heaviest person in your school year, which was the only place I've ever been that had a climbing wall, I didn't trust anyone to be my belay, I think it's called. Because, well, if I fell, I would lift them off the ground because I'm heavier than them. You know, I wouldn't trust anyone. So I was a bit paranoid. Yeah, so that combined with my no upper body strength resulted in fail. Scroll glitch in Oblivion? No, I don't actually. UWMC. I don't actually know that one. I'm assuming it's something that allows you to use a scroll without actually using the scroll up. I'm guessing as a guess, but I'm not sure. I don't know about that one. But to be honest, I never really played Oblivion all that much. At least when I had when I had a computer anyway. I mean, I've done a full run through of it recently. I mean, I might end up streaming it eventually. You know, if I run out of stuff in one of the Fallouts to do, I might end up making Monday or Friday a Oblivion stream, but I mean, Skyrim will keep giving. That's the nature of Skyrim. It just keeps giving. It's such a huge game in comparison. The Fallouts have a lot less stuff to do in them. I don't know why it is, but they do. They just have a lot less going on with them. There's smaller worlds. I mean, the worlds are a lot denser. There's a lot more stuff going on in the world. You know, the same amount of stuff goes on in the world, it's just a lot denser. Weird. I don't think, apart from Scrolls of Abjuration in Skyrim, I can't say I've ever used Scrolls in any other Scrolls. I don't use magic much, and I really don't, you know, kind of old-fashioned. Oh no! The Bandito Chief! Whee! Stabby, stabby. Tell Atar the bandit is dead. Oh, the Bandito is dead now. Sad. Sad day when Banditos are dying. Ugh, which one's this? Steed? I think this is Steed. Yeah, it is Steed. I just remember Steed being in the arse end of nowhere in a place I rarely ever go, so I assumed it was Steed. Yeah, I can agree with that, WMC. They are just money. A one-use spell is not particularly useful in Skyrim. Most spells require multiple hits or concentration. I mean, I wonder how Scroll of Sparks works. I mean, they probably don't exist. To be honest, I don't see a point in exploits like that, because I never really had much issue getting money in Elder Scrolls games, like ever. But then again, I just use console to do it. On like PS3 or Xbox 360, I think that would be a very useful thing to do, because the enchanted shit in Oblivion is just ridiculously priced. I mean, if you can't self-enchant, you basically cannot have enchanted gear because it costs like 5 figures, and merchants will only ever give you about, I think at most 1,000 for an item, because that's all they have. Oh, yes, the spell crafting in Oblivion was hilarious. I mean, when the default spells consisted of things like enemies explode, and you could make things so much more powerful, you could be so broken with Oblivion's spellcrafting, and guess what? Sky Oblivion's bringing it back, and it's still just as broken. You know, they've actually got working footage of it. You know, I mean, something that I was never sure they would actually ever manage to do, and they managed to do it. It's brilliant. It allows for like the most broken of spells. Because think of it, 5 effects on any spell is going to be powerful, no matter what you do. Here's a quest where the diplomatic option doesn't exist, and you've basically only got the kill 'em all option. Hello, Fulmer.
Are you joking? Even if we had a prisoner by that name, the only way to be released is by order of the Imperial Legion.
Which is the cut bit of it.
Turn around and go back the way you came.
And that's the cut bit of the quest, is that bit just doesn't exist. They cut it. The location is still there, there's still a little Falmore den in Solitude. And I think the dialogue files exist, but was cut for some bizarre reason.
Alright then. What was that?
Never should have come here, should I? Wee. Wee. Oh, you're just gonna keep trying to fight. Can't even get consistent armor. Some poor sod keeps getting some poor sods get elven, and some poor sods get glass. Oh, that is a great tent there. You know, tent would be better. Sky Oblivion is Skyrim's engine, graphics, etc., but with the entire world and quite a few of the systems of Oblivion stuck in. So basically, it's Oblivion being recreated fully in Skyrim. Much like Skywind is Morrowind being recreated and enhanced fully in Skyrim. You know, full voice acting, for example, something Morrowind never had. People that didn't look like bits of shit that someone sort of stuck onto a cube. You know... If you want to get more information on Skywind or Sky Oblivion, just look for their Reddit and go to like the frequently asked questions, and that will answer most of them. Oh, Falmore. There's your mage. Oh no. I always love beheading with a hammer, it's always funny. Because it shouldn't happen. You know, it'd be such a mess if you did it. Yeah, they're putting all of Oblivion's spells back in. The only difference with the spells is that there won't be a mysticism that won't exist as a school, but the spells for it will be merged into other schools like Alteration, Illusion, etc. You know, the spells will exist, but the school won't. You know, it's because new skills can't be added to Skyrim no matter what you do. It's just one of those weird quirks is that you can't actually add new skills. Oh, great, these are genetic clone brothers. Glass. Worth money, is it? Interesting, to be honest, yeah. So it's basically like sort of firebolt mixed with flames, so it's your stream of fire but explodes, I'm guessing. I get the description. is interesting. So you can do quite a lot with the magic in Skyrim with mods, but it's kind of limited by vanilla. Are you actually coming at me with a dagger? He is, isn't he? He's coming at me with a dagger. They give you the full glass armor and a shield, but you'll get given a useless little. You use the dagger over the war axe, really? You deserve to die for that. Die, mage. Will you? Die. Oh dear. They gave you a hunting bow? What are you the most... Here, have some armor and a hunting bow and see if you can kill anything. Great idea, Falmor. Great idea. Yeah, modding's trial and error, to be honest with you. I've got things so wrong that I've completely broken things. That's why I always tend to keep backups of mod. You know, I tend to keep a backup of... If I'm doing, like, a major change to a mod, I tend to back it up first so I have something to go back to. Just in case something goes wrong, because if you don't, it will. Here.
I never thought I'd... We need to get to safety as soon as possible. Let's move. Let's get out of here, fast as we can. Let's go, let's go.
I love how he just gets out of those without me actually doing anything to them.
Let's get out of here. Fast as
What, you're not going to take any armor? Really? You don't want armor? What the hell? Your funeral. My hoarding syndrome kicks in. Jailbreak.
Get out of here.
None. No elves. Oh dear. That sounds... I mean, those mods are horrifying on their own, WMC. Yes, the Randy Savage dragons and the Thomas the Tank Engine dragons. Yes, they're horrifying enough on their own. I'm not heard of the My Little Pony dragons mod though. I thought that was more... I thought that fell under the Crimes Against Nature mod bracket, where it's like actual races but with pony heads. But they're by far not the worst. I mean, the worst in the Crimes Against Nature thing would have to be... Oh, I don't know. There's the chair heads, they're horrible. The cat mechs, they're weird. The snooze are fucking creepy. You know, because they look so wrong. If you don't know what a snoo is, it's Reddit's mascot thing. That's a snoo. I think they're probably... The snoos are probably the worst. The whole Guardians are just funny. Because that's just a guard's head that's permanently... Their head is the helmet. Oh, wait. It's funny, isn't it? Ow! Why am I so... I need a bobby pin is what I need. That's so much... Who needs lockpicks when you got bobby pins that can take far more abuse? And I don't even know where I am now. I swear I had a key for this. No, I swear I had the key for this one. There we go. I had a key for this place, but clearly they have multiple keys. Damn smart elves. I leveled up from doing that, apparently.
I cannot thank you enough for rescuing me from this place. I suspect I'd never... But why would you risk your life for me, a stranger? Of course, I should have known. This was a wise decision. They'll go looking for me. I cannot stay. Not our best hope now is to fall in with the ranks of the Stormcloaks.
The Stormcloaks that no longer exist.
Tell my mother to suffer the winter's cold wind, for it bears a lot. I thank you again, friend. You've given me my life back.
Well, now I can go back to Whiterun. The question is, do I go down to the bit that I rarely go into? No, I have not. I have not known that on WMC. Although I've seen the same thing. I've had the gloopy, glitchy mess with Mehrunes Dagon, and if you look through my Steam, even screenshots of Oblivion, you can see some of the weirdest shit I've seen. I mean, someone's head was like stretched out and spazzing out in a door frame once. That was weird. Mehrunes Dagon obviously melts if you kill him, which is just weird. You know, because you can kill Mehrunes Dagon, he's not essential, although he takes damage. It's kind of funny because, like, random guard captains are essential, but Mehrunes Dagon, who isn't. You know, the fucking Daedric Prince isn't essential, but the random guard captain is. Oh, let's go in this cave. Let's go in. I haven't done any caving today. Oh, my screen's so dusty. I have regular. Oh no! I regret coming in here already. Wolves. Why did it have to be wolves? I thought... Ah, yes, I have tried to attack Shay WMC. That... He teleports you to a spot above the air and then you fall to your death. You know, I've done that. I couldn't resist that one. Where am I supposed to go? Oh. It's a rusty chest. I'm opening it. It's an old rusty chest. I don't need a special key for it. Not really a wise idea carrying this around. Swim, 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 swim. It's if you fall. It's a way out if you fall, that's it. Now I've got to find a way out again. It is. I think it is possible to survive a fall in Oblivion. If you get your acrobatics up to a stupid degree, you can actually survive the fall, which is kind of silly. I mean... I can believe. Well, I'm not Orgonian or Sharkling, but it's got the same water breathing ability. I mean, it's got gills on it. Got my little gills, but see, I've got gills. I mean, I can survive underwater. And for technical reasons, this Sharkling is technically an Argonian. For race identification reasons, for NPC, she is technically Argonian. It was easier to do it that way. You could at least at least that way it wouldn't break anything that requires a race relation. You can, in vanilla Oblivion, you can actually jump over city walls. It's always funny because you go into like this weird low-resolution world that you're not supposed to see. Oh, great. Never up. I mean, mages are just ridiculously OP. Go away. Hold key. Is there something in the hold? I never heard of that mod. DNA mod, never heard of it. Oh, Christ me. That's an old relic, I think, from... I think that's everything in this little shipwreck. Wee, take some barnacles. Just gonna rape up some barnacles. Oh no! It is a drow, or drug, or drag, a drug, or however the hell you pronounce it. There we go, got in chests. I'm gonna help the Trololol, because dregs are evil. And then I'll kill the Trololol. I don't remember the effects of Skooma, but I remember if you merely carried it in Morrowind, vendors would refuse to talk, would refuse to sell you anything. Just by carrying it. That sword is definitely part of Legacy of the Dragonborn. I can't think of any, it adds like pretty much every relic from every other Elder Scrolls game in. And he even sort of hangs a lantern over it. Or lampshades, I can't remember which is the correct term. Basically says that they've all gravitated to Skyrim for some reason. Basically pointing out how strange it is and just letting it slide. Oh, hags. Oh, hags. Really? You thought that would work? The tower's collapsed. You can't even magically prop it up. Oh yeah, actual drug effects. I don't know why Skyrim doesn't. I mean, Skyrim's skooma... Maybe Skyrim's skooma's just like super weak stuff. I mean, let's face it. Dunmer skooma is strong stuff. I mean, they came up with Balmora Blue, which is so like super strong stuff. Maybe Skyrim's skooma is just like super weak and watered down because Nords are secretly big babies. Who knows? Which cave is this? Ravenscar Hollow. In we go. Hag Ravens. Looks like. Hand cream. There's one rule to know about me. I always need more hand cream because I have very... Well, my hands aren't... My hands are... Well... very unwomanly. They're very unusual like that. I have very unwomanly hands. I get them from my mother, strangely. Not my father, but my mother is where I get them from. Very wide, short fingers. So I have very... basically fat finger syndrome. Except mine are also very dry, which I think I get from my father, because his hands are horrible. They're so dry. Ew, spiders. Ew. Just ew. Most secret door ever. Oh, I could kill a Skyrim guy in one hit. Because... like that. Just use kill all command. Unless you're protected, that downs you. It's just, you know, like cheat with console occasionally.
Please, help me get out of this cage. I don't know why those things lock me up, and I don't want to wait around to find out.
Well, if a hag raven locks you up, chances are they want to experiment on you.
If you get me out of here, I'll help you slaughter the rest of those crows.
Come on.
I'm glad they didn't find my lucky dagger. It's time to gut these rotten birds. Lead the way.
One. Who knows what hag ravens do in their spare time? Someone holy shit is about. You know, something unholy is about the only thing they could say about hag ravens.
Now that we've got that out of the way, I'll take everything you have.
You.
Actually, on second thought, I'll just kill you.
You really wanted to pick on me? Really? You are an idiot. Idiotic bandito. I say you can there's one rule with a Bethesda RPG. If in doubt, you can always cheat by toggling God mode on and by toggling kill all. Yeah, there's still a case of you can still kill it instantly with the kill command. I mean, kill command kills anything. If it is not essential, it can be killed with console. Hell, even if it's essential, as long as it's not a script making it essential, you can unessential it and make it killable. As for reference, I have once killed Liberty Prime in Fallout 4. And weirdly, it doesn't, like, melt like Oblivion. It actually, you know, Mayron's Dagon. It actually dies properly. Like, it falls down ragdolls like it's supposed to. So it doesn't, you know, it's kind of like, even though it's protected and you know, it's essential, so you can't actually kill it. It is actually technically killable. You know, it won't glitch out if it does. It's weird. Everyone can no-clip. You kind of have to be able to no-clip, because you get stuck in things. Everyone can no-clip. It's kind of the rule of Skyrim, is you've got to be able to no-clip, because you're gonna get stuck. The Burning Queen. There's something on this one. Oh wait, no. I don't think this is the one. I think this is a... I don't think this is a... Wow. I don't think it's got anything actually work. I'm pretty sure this is not the... Not one with an item I can actually display in it. I'm sure of it. I'm sure it's an expanded towns and cities little questlet thing. There's a husky. I even get sick of night time. It's like time isn't progressing. Okay. Let's just put that out of its misery and put it back into water. How did I even get out? Weird. I was like, you're gonna... I have seen them on land before, but I don't think they're supposed to swim in the air when they're on land. That was just weird. A Shadow Green Cavern, I don't think so. I don't think that's got anything worth bothering with in it. It's like, you can cheat so badly with Sky. I don't like to, I like there to be some challenge. I kind of want a dragon spawn so I can fight something. Yeah, I can stretch, which is why the camera's looking in a weird way. So I'm stretching. Flowers, berries. is this museum things? I will tell Ato the Bandito is dead. Yeah, I'm going to Solitude anyway, so why not? Gonna go past it regardless, so I might as well. After that Bandito is dead, mate.
Wold?
But there's a point where Skyrim does just crash for any reason. I mean, some days it can be stable, you know, as stable as a table. But actually, no, tables ain't that stable. So I was just doing a rhyme. But you know, stable as a mountain, and the next day it can be as wobble. You know, it can be as unstable as a as a Bethesda game, just crashing every few minutes. I think last stream it crashed like all bloody time. This time not once. It's just the nature of a Bethesda RPG, is they crash a lot.
I've been looking for you.
Oh.
A letter. Looks like that's it.
Oh no. Letter from a friend, that never goes well. Oh, Delphine's sending me shit again. I thought she stopped that. Probably got to wait another hour for them to come out. Pushing Skyrim to stupid limits is probably what caused you to crash so much, WMC. The more stuff you have going on, the more likely it is to crash. That's just the nature of it. It's only 32-bit, it's not capable of taking particularly much. Wow, Alexi worked twice in one stream. That's lucky.
You wouldn't be a sellsword. That's a load off my mind. Here's your... Let's not waste any time. We've stopped. What is it? What do you need to take?
Just looting you of everything of value. There we go.
I'm heading home if you need me.
I'm taking your Celestite, it's worth something. Skyrim can only support up to certain numbers. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but a 32-bit application can only take so many a number up to a certain value, and if you go above that value, I think it will just crash. You know, say a potion, I think it just crashes because it can't recognise the number. It's why 32-bit is going to have to die off soon, because in like 2032 or 2034, somewhere in the 2030s, 32-bit time scales are just going to fail. Because they only can go up to so much. Better. Said derp derp. No, I'm sure they are royalty free, but I can't be 100% sure, so I never want to try. That's the first time I've actually found that. Like, Jagged Crown. I know I've got that one. I just must have not made a replica of it, because I think at that point I wasn't going to do the museum. Oh dear.
A group of mercenaries came through town and sold their spoils.
I thought you may want to use it, or perhaps...
Why can't you just put it on display? Megalodon's ward, I think, goes... I'm sure it goes around here somewhere, I'm sure of it. Blue Flame and Blope's Fire. Troll's Bane, Bolas Oathblade. I know I've got that one. Rise of the Air, and I'll pick that up. I don't think I've got any of those. It's doing negative damage. That's weird. It must be so broken it's doing negative damage. That's basically an insta-kill weapon if it's doing... I think any negative damage is... I'm pretty sure that any negative damage... You know, it should be a heal, but I think the way that Bethesda RPGs handle it is anything negative is an instant kill. Just making sure I can't... Just making sure I guarantee that everything works. I think I put the real one up. Yeah, I don't know why there's two different recipes for that. Anyway, the fun part. Hello, GG Ducato answers. Wasting in console because it actually makes it go quicker. It's one of those weird... because it just turns off AI by being in console, it just lets the scripts run in peace, so it's a lot quicker. Gotta wait for it. And I like to leave it on the jewellery rack so I know that things are happening. Wiggle my mouse and niggle my mouse. I just like to wiggle the mouse and let you know I'm still alive. And the game hasn't crashed and the stream hasn't crashed. Well, the stream hasn't crashed because you can tell because my voice is coming through. Oh, there we go. Let's dump any books I've got. I can't get rid of Rundle's chair. Again, same thing. Wait. Hold on, sorting. There we go. I think... I didn't even click that, I just bumped into it. Don't need to magically press the rock, you can just bump into it because it's technically a pressure trigger as well. Might as well get some money from my sell cart for all the garbage I can get rid of. Derp. I turn my monitor off. Because I was trying to clean the dust off and I went a bit too far. Cell pile. Oh god, I put that in manually, do I? No, I don't want to equip it, I want to store it. Why doesn't it let me just click to store? Nope, I don't want to sell the Emperor's robes. Keep them. Former armor can all go though. And I'll get rid of some of my pile of crap. You know, solitude. Some of meteors doesn't really bother me. You know, it's not really that bad because I find they never hit anything. Now, raining trains from the sky now, that's frightening. Especially when Thomas the Tank Engine music is playing, that just makes it somewhat more creepy. Just, I think it's called Train Rain or something, just look it up and, you know, it's by Pasta Space, you'll find it quickly. If you don't know, Pasta Space is one of the names of Train Whiz. And if you know Train Whiz, you know random is the first word that comes into mind. Because Train Whiz. Now, Lost Empires, actually I got the right one the first time, that's surprising. And it's not really a meteor anymore, it's more a world killer. Ethereal shield. The replica ethereal shield. As I've got Shizmaza's conductor, and I definitely haven't got the Sparta controller because that's a Thieves Guild item. Oh, it takes the replicas, does it? That's good. I don't have to go through the effort to get the real one. And who knows, that's actually the real Wraith Guard. I've done all the Dwemer ruins. I've done a lot of the Nordic ruins. I don't know if there's only one missing. Oh yes, and I've actually got Oriel's shield. Oriel's shield's like a pain in the arse location. There's weapons all over the place. You don't need to go back to look at them, you're in a room full of things. Silly kid. See, there's Island's Ward. Blade of Woe. Dagger. There's the Black Hand Dagger. So that went on. Oh, I had Cavazane's Fang, so. Oh, that was a sneeze. Oh. And stick the music back on. So I don't work well with herald hits. I find awkward silences very awkward and creepy. That's why I talk so much. Settings, audio, music. Much better. You know, since I'm here. Oh. Go check my landlord crate, get some monies. Can you? I need monies. Look at all this money. Wait a second. There's no money in there. I'm sure it's been a week since I've last got one. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it hasn't been a Skyrim week. I don't know. I haven't been fast traveling, so I probably haven't lost time. Because you can lose days to fast traveling. Absolutely days you can lose to it. It's quite a lot.
No doubt most folk in Sky know that honor and keeps herself out of the dungeon when she's having a bad. Let's just say that the headsman's axe may not be the. Look at that. I've told you to watch your tongue, and mine is waggling. I've said enough.
Unless we have specific business, I'm not interested.
Oh, solitude. Actually, let's... I'll go into that foul room. Just show off. Because, you know, I mentioned it a few times, so I might as well show it off. It's like, this was supposed to be, I think was supposed to be the location of the way you could convince the Foulmore to let Thorold go. And as you can see, it's a fully fleshed out location. It's just, you know, things are steel. You can't put, I tried to put a companion in here, but it won't work because as well. You know, it's a fully fleshed out Foulmore location. It's just, for some reason, it never actually was in, nothing was actually like put in here. You know, it's like a fully little fleshed out location when they ever actually used it. You know, to be honest, WMC, that's kind of pointless, because the max armor rating you have is, I think it's 674 or something. 600 and something. It can't go any higher than that, so there's no point. That's the only effect it can have.
You're the one who gave Thalmor a black eye. Sure know how to pick your enemies, don't you? Staying safe.
I love how the Imperials don't care. They're Imperials, they should care.
Divine smile on you, friend. Well, you've come to the right place.
Ah, he's the master speech trainer. I don't have the kind of money for training. No, you know, for charging that for bloody train. It's like, what I'm saying is you can get it higher, but you can't actually take more of the effect than that. It can only ever reduce that much. It's kind of pointless.
What do you need, my friend? Welcome. Take a look.
Yeah, you have monies. I like people with monies. It means I can sell my shit. I'm sure everyone likes selling their shit off to merchants. Chef. Circle it. Pardon? That'll do.
Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
Well, I'm 4,000 richer. Because the merchant ran out of monies. No, I might as well.
We've got strong. Take a look.
You have a lot of monies. Here, take all my fur and forsworn shit, which is technically still fur and ebony. Take all that fur. Don't need all this fur. Take my glass. Take my glasses. did I get all this Imperial armor from? I don't kill Imperials. How did I get Imperial stuff?
May your sword feast on stormcloak flesh.
There we go. Is it a personal one, WMC? I'm guessing that DNA mod. If it's a personal one, then I definitely wouldn't have heard of it. And to be honest, if it's non-Nexus, I've probably not heard of it. And if it's that site that you don't mention because it's repulsive, but it's also the best source of modding help, then I definitely won't have heard of it. Because I do my damnedest to stay away from that repulsive place. I mean, even with Adblock, I'm wary of it.
Hold down.
You see those warriors from Hammerfell?
Yeah, curved swords. Really that big a deal?
Hands to yourself, sneak thief.
But I have never... Just because I have a high sneak skill, I'm more an assassin than a thief. Ah, that would explain why I've never heard of it. It is your own mod. Ooh, take my wheat. I don't like harvesting everything. I like to leave the farmers something sometimes.
You got business at the stables?
No, I have not.
Is this about the stables?
My husband gave
Stop to check out you on the way.
We could always honest pay for honest work. Until next time.
Well, that's that bit. My job in solitude is done. Hag's End. Oh no. No. Hag's End is not the place I want to go. I know which one it is now. Yeah, I've only done minor stuff in Papyrus, which is the Skyrim's coding sort of, language. I've dabbled, I've changed a few things. I mean, the mod I don't use in my Fallout 4 streams, I've actually done quite a few of the script edits on. I didn't come up with the scripts, but I've tweaked them to work better. Including the lockout that stops said mod from working in Fallout 4 when I'm not streaming. I basically wrote a lockout into it, but that's about the extent of what I can do. Small minor tweaks is about all I can manage. I've just never... I have no idea what Tokyo Ghoul is. I'm just... what I get from the vision is a Japanese feral ghoul, and that's all I get from the image. When I hear that, I know it's something else. I think it's an anime. I'm assuming it's some sort of anime or manga. I'm assuming. I don't have a clue. But the only thing from Japan I'm particularly well versed in is Valkyria Chronicles, and that's about it, really. And that's going to be a hard 6 months waiting for that one. So... Yay! I see dragon. I now have purpose again. Unless... Oh no, it isn't. It's Queen My Butt is enormous and rivals Alduin's. Oh great. Is that really somewhere I want to go? Well, fuck it, I'm going there anyway. I'm stupid.
Hold.
So it is an anime. So Tokyo Ghoul is an anime. I took a guess. I say I'm not particularly well versed in such things. To be honest, I'm not particularly well versed in most things. Oh dear.
Alright, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
I take particular offence to that.
Well, I can see you're
one to be trifled with.
Shouldn't have called me fish, even though I am one. I take offense at that. Eating the flesh of people is so boring. Why bother eating the flesh when you can just eat them whole? And no, I refuse to engage in. It's the one rule I will not break on a stream. This is the one rule I will not break on a stream, is I will not engage in such behaviour. This is the one rule I have imposed on my stream that I will never engage in. Temptation's there. You could occasionally see the dialogue for it, but... Oh no, the bear's going down the river. The bear's going down the river. Now it's a bear corpse going down the river. I'm pretty sure I didn't even do the Ring of Namira quest, because it ends up with me killing half of the population of Markarth, which... Well, let's face it, it's better if I don't know. They disgust... Certain ones of them disgust me, and it's... As a result, half the population of Markarth seems to disappear once that quest is done, because I killed them all. Oh, this is going to end well, isn't it? Oh, a dead trollolol, and a...
It's not like my poaching is hurting anyone.
I don't think he... I think that's Troll's prescript, dead looking at the blood splatter. Because I can guarantee that hunter didn't kill it. Although trolls are particularly weak. But I doubt hunters are also particularly weak. So... Yeah. Please don't be the bad... Good, you're not the one I wanted to avoid. No, don't land on top of that. That's the one I want to avoid. Oh, it's landed on the other side of the mountain, because of course it does. And you crushed trolls. Oh no! By far the least dangerous thing up on this mountain. Go land. Yeah, it lands on top of the mountain like a fort. Nope. I think I'm out of time. I heard a door go. I'll kill this dragon and then cowardly flee down the mountain. Come on, land. Come on. Come on, land. Oh dear, don't want to get hit by that one. So it won't be a Skyrim video until you kill at least one dragon. Giga ass is on. I'm using this one as a shield. Now, run like a bitch. The one I'm not fighting WMC, it's uses the same mesh as my Alduin, which I constantly make jokes about how our ass eclipses the sky because holy crap, that ass is enormous. But it's a little. It uses two mods. You know, it uses a mod called Dragoness. I found it once But it only did certain ones with the rest, so I had to do that manually, and I think it worked quite well. Hydendraeus' cottage, save up here. And that's basically I've scattered them around Skyrim, but that's the toughest one, the one that I made pretty much invincible. Well, I think that's time to end the stream, because the dog's barking and, well, I can't go with that. There, we'll leave it in combat phase. Stream the Sharkling. Might be level 60 now. Yeah, no, level 59, close enough. Anyway, that is the end of the stream. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe or donate if you want. Donation links in the description in case you can't find that out. Thanks for watching. Oh, if you want to see more Shark Girls WMC, look at my DeviantArt page. Anyway, that's the end of the stream. Thanks for watching. Subscribe or donate if you want. Good. Bye. Ensuring stream is finishing. Ensuring stream is finishing. Ensuring stream is finishing. Stop streaming now.